Onions are one of the most widely consumed vegetables in the world, forming the backbone of countless cuisines and dishes. From soups and stews to salads and stir-fries, onions add flavor, texture, and depth to meals. But have you ever wondered how millions of tons of onions are grown, harvested, processed, and distributed every year? The journey of an onion from farm to table is a complex and fascinating process that involves meticulous planning, advanced technology, and the hard work of countless farmers and factory workers. In this video, we'll explore how farmers and factories handle millions of tons of onions, revealing the incredible scale and precision of this global industry. The onion, a global staple crop. Onions, Allium cepa, are a member of the allium family, which also includes garlic, leeks, and chives. They are believed to have originated in Central Asia and have been cultivated for over 5,000 years. Today, onions are grown on every continent except Antarctica, with China, India, and the United States being the largest producers. Onions are a versatile crop that can be grown in a variety of climates and soil types. They are typically classified into three main categories based on color: yellow, red, and white. Each type has its own unique flavor profile and culinary uses. Yellow onions are the most common and are known for their strong, pungent flavor. Red onions are milder and sweeter, often used raw in salads and sandwiches. White onions are the mildest and are popular in Mexican and Latin American cuisines. Onion on the front. From seed to harvest. The process of growing onions begins long before the seeds are planted. Farmers must carefully select the right variety of onion for their climate and soil conditions, as well as plan their planting and harvesting schedules to maximize yield and quality. Soil preparation. Onions thrive in well-drained, fertile soil with a pH level between 6 and 7. Before planting, farmers prepare the soil by plowing and tilling it to create a fine, crumbly texture. They may also add organic matter, such as compost or manure, to improve soil fertility. Planting. Onions can be grown from seeds, set small bulbs, or transplants. The method of planting depends on the variety of onion and the growing conditions. In regions with long growing seasons, onions are typically planted in the fall and harvested in the spring or summer. In colder climates, onions are planted in the spring and harvested in the late summer or fall. Onion seeds are tiny and must be planted at a shallow depth, usually about 1/4 to 1/2 inch deep. They are typically sown in rows, with spacing between the rows to allow for proper growth and airflow. Once planted, the seeds are covered with soil and watered thoroughly. Irrigation and fertilization? Onions require consistent moisture throughout their growing cycle, especially during the early stages of growth. Farmers use a variety of irrigation methods, including drip irrigation, sprinklers, and furrow irrigation, to ensure that the plants receive enough water. Fertilization is also critical for onion growth. Onions are heavy feeders and require a steady supply of nutrients, particularly nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Farmers often apply fertilizer at regular intervals throughout the growing season to promote healthy growth and high yields. Weed and pest control. Weeds can compete with onions for nutrients and water, so farmers must take steps to control them. This can be done through manual weeding, mulching, or the use of herbicides. Pest control is also important as onions are susceptible to a variety of insects and diseases. Common pests include onion thrips, onion maggots, and aphids, while diseases such as downy mildew and Fusarium basal rot can also affect onion crops. Harvesting. Onions are ready to harvest when the tops of the plants begin to yellow and fall over. This usually occurs 100 to 120 days after planting, depending on the variety and growing conditions. Harvesting is typically done using mechanical harvesters which undercut the onions and lift them out of the ground. The onions are then left in the field to dry for a few days, a process known as curing. Curing and storage. Preserving the harvest. Once harvested, onions must be cured and stored properly to ensure their longevity and quality. Curing is the process of drying the outer layers of the onion, which helps to seal in moisture and prevent rot. This is typically done by spreading the onions out in a well-ventilated area, such as a barn or greenhouse, for several weeks. After curing, the onions are sorted and graded based on size, color, and quality. They are then stored in large warehouses or silos where they can be kept for several months. Proper storage conditions are critical to prevent spoilage. Onions should be stored in a cool, dry place with good airflow and low humidity. Onion processing. from farm to factory. While many onions are sold fresh, a significant portion are processed into products such as frozen onions, onion powder, and onion flakes. This processing takes place in specialized factories that handle millions of tons of onions each year. Cleaning and peeling. The first step in onion processing is cleaning and peeling. The onions are washed to remove dirt and debris, and then they are fed into peeling machines that remove the outer skin. Some factories use steam or hot water to loosen the skin, making it easier to peel. Slicing and dicing. Once peeled, the onions are sliced or diced according to the desired product. This is done using high-speed cutting machines that can process thousands of onions per hour. The size and shape of the cuts depend on the final product. For example, onion rings require thick slices, while diced onions are cut into small, uniform pieces. Drying. For products like onion powder and flakes, the sliced or diced onions are dried to remove moisture. This is typically done using large drying machines that blow hot air over the onions. The drying process can take several hours, and the onions must be carefully monitored to ensure they don't become too dry or burnt. Packaging. Once processed, the onions are packaged and prepared for distribution. Fresh onions are typically packed in mesh bags or cardboard boxes, while processed products are packed in airtight containers to preserve their flavor and shelf life. The packaging may also include information about the product's origin, nutritional content, and any certifications, such as organic or non-GMO. The global onion industry. A growing market. The onion industry is a major player in the global agricultural market, with millions of tons of onions produced and consumed each year. India is the largest producer of onions, followed by China and the United States. Onions are also a significant export crop, with countries like the Netherlands, Mexico, and Spain being major exporters. The demand for onions has been steadily increasing in recent years, driven by their versatility and nutritional benefits. Onions are rich in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, making them a healthy addition to any diet. They are also used in a wide range of culinary applications, from soups and stews to sauces and condiments. However, the industry faces several challenges, including fluctuating prices, climate change, and pests. Onion prices can be highly volatile, with factors such as weather, supply, and demand affecting the market. Climate change is also a growing concern, as extreme weather events can damage crops and reduce yields. Additionally, pests and diseases can pose a significant threat to onion production. Sustainability in onion farming. As the demand for onions continues to grow, so does the need for sustainable farming practices. Many onion growers are adopting innovative techniques to reduce their environmental impact and ensure the long-term viability of their farms. Water efficiency. Water is a precious resource, especially in regions where onions are grown. Many farmers are investing in drip irrigation systems, which deliver water directly to the roots of the plants, minimizing waste. Some are also using soil moisture sensors and weather data to optimize their irrigation schedules. Integrated pest management. To combat pests without relying on harmful chemicals, many farmers are adopting integrated pest management (IPM) strategies. This involves using natural predators, pheromone traps, and other non-toxic methods to control pest populations. Crop rotation. Crop rotation is a common practice in onion farming, as it helps to prevent soil depletion and reduce the risk of pests and diseases. By rotating onions with other crops, such as legumes or grains, farmers can improve soil health and maintain high yields. Recycling and waste reduction. The onion industry generates a significant amount of byproducts, such as onion skins and trimmings. Many farmers and factories are finding ways to repurpose these materials, using them as compost, animal feed, or even biofuel. The future of onion farming and processing. As technology continues to advance, the onion industry is likely to see even more innovations in the coming years. Researchers are exploring new varieties of onions that are more resistant to pests and diseases, as well as more efficient growing techniques. Robotics and artificial intelligence are also being used to improve the efficiency of harvesting and processing. One exciting development is the use of drones to monitor onion fields. Drones can provide detailed aerial images of the crops, allowing farmers to identify issues such as water stress or pest infestations before they become major problems. This technology can help farmers make more informed decisions and optimize their yields.